ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Power Vacuum. I'm your host, Belmont. And we've finally gotten an update on the release of the Insomniac Games Wolverine game. Um, have this story here from Bam Smack Pow, a site that I've never heard of before. But they're the ones talking about it right now. Marvel's Wolverine gets a release date update from Sony. It's been a long time since we've heard anything about Marvel's Wolverine, but a release update from Sony finally changed that. Stop repeating yourself. Everyone out there, stop repeating yourselves. You don't need to say everything three times. I swear to God, if this first paragraph repeats itself, we might be in the clear here. Let's see. Let's rewind time back all the way to September 2021. Sony shocked the world during a PlayStation showcase, not only by announcing a sequel to the acclaimed Marvel's Spider Man, but also by revealing their next big project in the form of Marvel's Wolverine. To say excitement was at an all time high would be an understatement. After all, Logan hasn't been the star of a video game since the release of X Men Origins Wolverine in 2009. By the way, fully endorsed that game. X-Men Origins Wolverine, the video game, fantastic. Top-notch game. Great graphics, especially for the time period. You like get blown apart and shot up as Wolverine. You can see him like healing and see his like organs sometimes. But the people who made the game didn't know what the movie was about. They were basically just handed like a cliff notes about the movie because the game was being made while the movie was being made. And I don't know what to say, but it was just a fun game. It had nothing to do with the plot of the movie. They had to write their own narrative, they do their own story. It was totally different. There's a bunch of cool little Easter eggs. Like, I think World of Warcraft Lich King, I think is the character. The Lich King sword is hidden in the game. You can find it in there. Bunch of little stuff like that. Just the gameplay, great, fun. The story, fun. It was just an all around fun game. The movie, mm, not so much. The game, though, worth playing. Where was I? Furthermore, developer Insomniac Games has proved that it's more than capable of creating mesmerizing superhero adventure thanks to its previous work starring the Wall Crawler. That would be the Spider Menace, according to J. Jonah Jameson, who we know just has everyone's best interest at heart. Unfortunately, fast forward almost 4 years, and we've yet to hear more about this anticipated project. I think we heard that some of the people working on the game were cut loose several months ago, maybe a year ago. I think it was part of the big layoff of last year that there were people working on the Marvel Wolverine game for Insomniac that were unfortunately downsized or laid off or whatever they were calling it at the time. But that's pretty much it. It's been the announcement and then a couple people fired. But I think I think it's Insomniac. Don't quote me on that one. Uh but let's see. Fans have tuned into every big video game event hoping for a glimpse at Marvel's Wolverine. Yet they were met with a brick wall. Why every big gaming event? It's Insomniac. It's only going to be on Sony unless they're going to start doing what Square Enix is going to do and releasing on multi platforms and PC because, you know, big companies love money and they need as much money as possible. But, you know, I don't think that's going to happen right now. Met with a brick wall. For a moment, we all wondered if the big axe had dropped and the game was canceled altogether due to the lack of announcements. Fortunately, Sony has finally acknowledged it and even provided an update on the release date, although it wasn't the one we wanted to hear. Yeah, the last time I heard about a release date was sometime in 2025, which is just vague. Is it going to be January 2025? No. Well, we know it's not going to be the first half of 2025 because that's gone. But optimistically, I was thinking a November or December release for it if they could stay on track. But then, the video game department fell apart last year. But Marvel's Wolverine won't be released this fiscal year. PlayStation Business segment presentation has confirmed that both Marvel's Wolverine and Naughty Dog's upcoming title, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, won't arrive this fiscal year, which lasts until March 2026. Holy shit. So you're looking at earliest summer of 2026 at the earliest for the Wolverine game. Instead, Sony's biggest releases during these next 9 months will be Sucker Punch Productions' Ghost of Yotei and Kojima's production Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I couldn't get into Death Stranding 1. I tried. I really tried. I think I'm on the last chapter and I just got bored. I had more fun reconstructing the roadways and driving the roads and the various vehicles down them than I did trying to get through the story. It is so convoluted. I mean, maybe I'll finish it one day. Maybe when they announce Death Stranding 2's like on PC or Xbox, I might be dedicated enough to like finish the first one before I play the second one, but man, I don't know. It's a weird game. On the one hand, it's safe to say nobody expected Marvel's Wolverine to be released so soon. However, it's nice to know it's still alive and being marketed as one of Sony's next big releases after Ghost of Yotei. Granted, this doesn't confirm that Logan's upcoming adventure will be released in late 2026 or early 2027, as it isn't labeled under the 2026 fiscal year. A big factor to take into account was the infamous Insomniac Games hack that took place in November 2023, where a lot of Marvel Wolverine details were like, oh, that's what I was thinking of. I knew there was something that had to do with the game. So yeah, I think some plots got leaked and the internet went into a fervor, as it usually does when plots are leaked. And most people that spoke up about it, because the people who are speaking up about things online usually had something negative to say, had something negative to say. And the rumor mill, which I hate rumors because there's no validity or foundation or way to track if they're actually real. But the rumor was that they were going back to the drawing board. Now, is that what happened? Nobody knows. And we probably won't know until the game's released. And then people start talking when their NDAs end up expiring. It wouldn't be too far fetched to assume that the studio went back to the drawing board with a lot of story points, assets, and mechanics to still surprise gamers worldwide despite the data breach. Unfortunately, that adds an extra period of development that was previously unaccounted for. So, if the game was originally meant to be released in 2026, chances are it won't hit shelves until 2027 at the earliest. Fortunately, not everything's grim. Insomniac Games has a track record of giving players a look at their upcoming titles 2 years before they hit shelves. Ooh. Marvel's Spider-Man for PS4 was revealed in 2016, ahead of its release in 2018. Likewise, Marvel's Spider-Man 2's first trailer was published in 2021 and it hit shelves in 2023. So if history were to repeat itself with Marvel's Wolverine, this could be the year when we see more of it, provided that it launches in 2027. PlayStation has hosted either a Sony showcase or state of play presentation in September over the last 4 years, assuming 2025 won't be the exception, then it's likely Logan will make its presence felt there. At the very least, we know the game is still a big focus at Sony, and with a bit of luck, it will come out way sooner rather than later. And this just feeds into another article, feeds into another article. Endless cycle, that's how they keep you reading. But there you have it. Um, Yeah, I guess that is technically a release date update, and the update is we don't know the release date, which in my mind isn't an update at all. It's just a continuation of the current state of things. So, boo, boo to you, bam, smack, pow for a misleading headline. When a game's like, hey, we haven't had an update for this game, or we're not telling you when it's coming out, and we're still not telling you when it's coming out, isn't an update. That's just the same of what's already there. Like we're still dealing with we're in the exact same situation where we were in before this article. So thanks for nothing really, I guess, because You didn't tell me anything that I didn't already know. We don't know when this game is coming out. This is all speculation and opinion. There's no actual news or information to be gleaned from this. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I have for this story. This is your host, Belmont, signing out.